Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to today's Bitcoin update for Friday, Blessed Friday, 5th of August. Yep, so I just want to bring this update which is going to be quite fun, and the reading the RSIs are going to be really fun at the moment. And right now Bitcoin is making that green pump during the weekends, near the weekend, perhaps I would say. And you do have this little bit of a spinning top right there. You came down to retrace to a level here, and then you start to make that green candle. So you still have 16 hours to close the green candle, and then we're going to see what exactly Bitcoin does next. So if I do bring the RSI once again from the bottom here to the top, it seems like you're just bouncing off the zero point 0.5 at the moment. Okay, so my take was, come down a little bit to the 0.618. This is where it really makes sense for Bitcoin to actually bounce more than any other place at the moment. That would be the favorable place for me to say Bitcoin can find support. But anyway, can it flip to the upside? You never know. But well, you see, now I talked about the dominance previously, and USDT dominance actually shows that Bitcoin can actually pump, because dominance is bearish on for a few reasons, and I'm going to show you dominance at the moment. So if I do show you dominance right now, you're going to see that dominance is actually dropping, and that's the reason why Bitcoin is probably pumping right now. So you might see even a bigger drops in the dominance in the next coming few days, and then Bitcoin actually pumps, right? So it's possible at the moment. You are making that red candle at the moment for dominance. Otherwise, if you don't do that, then there's a good chance that today you might even pump back up for dominance again to that trend line, which is my take actually. So you have this touch for the dominance right there, you have the second touch for the dominance right over there, and then the third touch of the dominance. And now you're just coming down here, and you're trying to move up a little bit, and then finally go up to that trend line, make the fourth touch, and then finally go and drop to the downside and move even way more lower. So that's the only thing that I think can make Bitcoin pump to the upside. So you see the red candle in the dominance, and that's why you have the green candle in Bitcoin as well. So can it, if the dominance continues to fall in the next coming few days, you're going to see Bitcoin actually moving higher and higher. Okay, so the next target I will even think of could be something like this. Follow this channel right now. Maybe it's trying to make a channel finally, and the target that we might be even looking for can be up here to $25,000. And if we cross this level, I hope you can actually explode to the upside. Right now, in order for me to talk about the RSI, let's actually go to Google and write in divergences of the RSI. Okay, so I'm just gonna go to the images here, and let's bring this image right there, and this is what I want to talk about. And in order for me to explain, just for educational purpose, I'm just gonna open up auto draw, and you can see that we have a bearish divergence and a bullish divergence. Now in divergence, you're gonna have regular divergence and a hidden divergence, right? So in a regular divergence, when the upper the heads of the prices are moving higher and the heads of the prices are moving down, that's actually bearish. So let's say the prices are moving, Bitcoin is moving up, but the RSI is actually moving down like this. So there's a divergence like this. Okay, it's a mismatch of prices with RSI, and that actually is bearish. Somewhere down the road, after the upside movement, you're going to see a drop, right? We got that one out of the way. The opposite goes for the bullish divergence, right? So when you're moving down like this for Bitcoin and the RSI is actually moving up, that's when you have a bullish divergence, and then the price somewhere actually pops to the upside. Okay, now here comes the fun part about it: hidden bearish divergence. Right now, when the prices are making low higher lows actually, which is a high here and a higher low and then a higher low. Okay, and the RSI, if you look at the RSI is moving up. That's actually a hidden bearish divergence. So the RSI is going up like this, and you have higher highs. Okay, so higher highs and higher highs, and then you continue, and then you make another higher high. So that's hidden bullish divergence, and this is what I want to bring in to your notice here on the charts as well. So let's study the RSI today, and a deep dive into the RSI. So if I actually bring the the data from 5th June to today, 5th of August, which is actually nearly 2 months of data, then you can see that Bitcoin has that higher highs here. You can see that, right? So you also have a like decision coming in very soon for Bitcoin, doesn't it? It seems like a bump and run pattern that can play out, and then you break out of the bump and run pattern, and then you break out of this area, and you might even come up to $32,000. Now, let's talk about but before that, we're gonna have to talk about hidden bearish divergence, because you can actually come to the end of the apex, and because of the hidden divergence, you actually start to drop. And the reason why you're gonna drop is just as I told you, higher lows and higher highs in the RSI. So you're having a high and a higher low here, and on the RSI you have the high and you have higher highs. Do you see that? Right? So that actually can force Bitcoin to drop. So that's a hidden bearish divergence. And of course, you can pop to the upside and go up like this. You can do that. You never know. But one more thing about the RSI. Now, hidden divergence is out of the way, but there's one more thing I want to talk about as well. So I'm going to bring in the trend line here, and I'm going to draw this trend line right over there. And it seems like, Bitcoin is finding a little bit of support from the trend line as well. And you can see that's the reason why you actually came down to the trend line, bounce off the trend line, and then that's the reason why you do have that green candle, is because of the this trend line. And also, again, you do have a squeeze happening here for Bitcoin, right? So there's a little bit of room to come up, and you can see that you're coming to the end of the apex, and you are actually a little bit overbought. So it doesn't even make sense to really drop to the downside here. But actually, this RSI right now, the way we are moving up and up and up and up like this, I just want to zoom in so that we can get a picture perfect, clear RSI today, because this is what I want to talk about. So yeah, here we are. So bringing the RSI just there, like that one to the center, and now you can see that you do have this level here, and you have that level coming in like this. So there's a symmetrical triangle exactly, and you might just make a little bit of a push. Bitcoin can actually still push maybe to 23,400, and then finally drop. Maybe in the weekends you can start dropping. You never know, right? In the weekends you can actually pop out of this, trend line in the weekend, and you pop out of that trend line in the weekend. And let me give you a hint. You do have some sort of a double top here, okay? So that's a double top, and Bitcoin loves to break out of this double top. And previously, when Bitcoin broke out of that double top, I'm going to show you it really did the same thing with the RSI. So let's go back to when it actually started dropping. So this was a sideways movement up here. If you can see this, the one that I just encircled, that was the sideways movement until you didn't went to the downside. And back in those days as well, you actually made the trend line here, and look at that trend line. You made the same exact trend line, and then you made the double top right there. So first top, second top, and then you drop to the downside completely. Do you see that? So you do this. This bigger version looks like this smaller version here, okay? And let me tell you one more thing. If you take it on the RSI, you have hidden bullish divergence, and you also have this ascending broadening wedge, and you do know ascending broadening wedge are actually bearish. So my take is that Bitcoin somehow has to pop to the downside and come to the 18.99 level, because that's the technical target of the RSI. And I want to show you the ascending broadening wedge as well, which is really important. So ascending broadening wedge. So something bad is about to happen, guys. That's my take about it. This is the image right here of the ascending broadening wedge, and that's exactly what the RSI is putting in. Of course, we need to break to the downside just like this. You're going to break down, go for the retest, fail the retest, and go back down. That's exactly what you have on the RSI. So we're going to be talking about this in the next coming videos as well. And that's it for this Bitcoin update. Hope you enjoyed this update. If you want to learn more about trading, you can take a course. The link is in the description of the video, and do join our Discord for free. And that's it. I'm going to see you with the next one. Allah Hafiz.